Hey everyone and welcome. The Great Replacement is a conspiracy theory. We've been told many times, haven't we? From the media and the elites and the politicians and the lords that it's not true, people are not being replaced, etc, etc. Well, this is the EU Commission Vice President, Dubravka Šuica. Probably got that wrong, but I don't really care. Evil woman. She said that she wants to attract more people, and the reason she gives is abhorrent and sort of makes the first original statement a lie. Have a listen to this.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Lives. We also have a long-term vision for rural areas, because for us countryside villages and rural areas are very important, because 80% of Europe is covered by rural areas and only 1/3 of European population live there. So we want to create environment with our cohesion policy for people to move into countryside to live there, but you have to have infrastructure, services, social services, medical treatment, healthcare, kindergartens, and this is something which we are doing with our long-term strategy. Of course, it's not easy because it's always cooperation with member states, with regions, and with cities. When you say that we are becoming older and older, it's positive. It's big opportunity. In fact, it's big result. But at the same time, of course, we know that there are young people in Africa, that Africa is the youngest continent. When we talk about migration, sometimes it becomes a sensitive issue. But I think, this is my personal opinion, without managing legal migrations, we wouldn't be able to solve this demographic problem in Europe, because according to predictions in 2070, Europe will be only 4% of world population. So we have to put this into balance, and this is the reason why we are interested in global demography, and we are trying to work in very close relations with Africa, and I'm sure that Africa is a big and prosperous continent. We are also helping young African people to live there, to educate, especially we are talking about education of girls. I visited Maputo, Mozambique last week and 2 weeks ago. So I saw many young people who have their startups, and I also brought I signed contracts in amount of 148 million euros for health, for sanitation, for education of girls. So we are not tutoring, we are not mentoring anyone, but we have to work in partnership, and this is what we are doing with people of Africa.
Now, we all know foreign aid and charity has been giving to Africa for decades. Has anything improved? Ask yourself why that would be. For one, it goes to tyrants and dictators, effectively buying them off, bribery. So it doesn't go to the people. And the stuff that does go to the people gets taken by the militias and civil wars, etc. And more than likely, in my honest opinion, an overarching hand by the West, restricting them from developing. But this is just my opinion. So she wants to flood our nations, all of them, all of their rural areas, with immigration, which means we won't have any rural areas and we won't have any gaps in between the cities. So the cities might as well just, I don't know, call themselves one big city, like a mega city, like a one-off city, like London is done. Mega city London. Does that sound appealing, everyone? So Europe's getting older, and therefore we're going to have to ship in the world, whether the people of the countries and nations like it or not. Absolutely disgraceful, and is a prime example why the EU should go, all of the globalist organisations should go. If you want to continue having a nation that's worth living in and worth defending and worth standing up for, all globalist organisations need to crumble. Let me know what you think. No, it's disgraceful, isn't it? They're basically saying that the Great Replacement is happening, but when you say that it is, you're a conspiracy theorist, but not when they say it. It's funny that, isn't it, everyone? Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.